Y'all, something so crazy happened to me. And I really wish I can get this guy to come on, but he probably will not because he's very conservative. But he's from Columbia, and he gave me all the tea, the tea, the tea, the tea. Um, some of the things that which kind of promoted this conversation, right? Um, One of the things I asked him, I said, give me an honest opinion. What do people think of us? Because he just got here not too long ago. What is your true observation of African Americans? And so he was like, well, Black women, the strong Black woman. I said, he said, do y'all actually say that on the date? I was like, I've heard anybody say that on a date. Have you heard a woman come on a date with you and say, well, I'm a strong, independent Black woman? Have you?
No.
I don't recall ever saying that on a date, but I could be. I've never been on a date with women. So I just wanted to know if you guys have experienced that.
I think that a woman that would say that would she'll show that or say it on her social media or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll already be kind of laid
It'll be,
out that she's one of those that thinks and talks like that.
well, so it's an assumption. It's not reality. It's just you're assuming that is what she would, if that's what she's trying to get out there. Is that what we're saying?
No, not at all. No,
Mhm.
I think that a woman that says that or thinks that she would say it, on social media. Uh, a woman, a strong Black woman wouldn't say that she's a strong Black woman. You know what I'm saying? Unless she's looking the uh for the reaction of it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm, mm.
Um, Other than that, then a a a woman that I would be interested in personally wouldn't say that. That's like a dude saying like, "Oh, I'm a real nigga." You know what I'm saying?
You
Real
do see that
real
though.
niggas, real niggas don't say that they a real nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Them hood ones do.
Most of them not real though.
Y'all ain't never heard them say that before. When they get in
Yeah,
a fight, they're like, oh, like you messing with a real like when they about to amp it up, like you like, oh, it's the conversation that something's about to go down. I should probably get in my car and leave right now. Like
yeah.
that.
Well, in the fight, that's kind of a different scenario, I think.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah.
So that was one of the things that this individual brought up. Another thing that this individual brought up is I think, look, everybody's looking at Sexy Red like she's the poster child. Like she came out of nowhere. And this is the thing. It's like all these years of having great people, as the image of Black, and all of a sudden everybody's focused in on Sexy Red. It's like
No,
that bad.
no, she didn't come out of nowhere. She ain't come out of nowhere.
Well, what I'm saying is it's really a new problem. We didn't have Sexy. Well, while we did have like a Dina Howard and we had people, they were not the pop as it is now. It was not the vast majority. It was definitely a minority, right?
I would say that Sexy Red is the Sexy Red is the aftermath of City Girls.
Okay, well, so even with City Girls, that's not an old thing. That's all within the last decade.
Right,
Okay, so when I'm
right.
saying old, I mean it hasn't been around for much. It's a new problem, basically. It's a new era in which we're a trend in which we're going. So I even think of City Girls as being that new. How can I say this? That new core trend, you
Yeah,
know.
that's fair.
So, and it's pop. So usually those people will be like a little, and you be like, oh, you listened to them, but it was like you knew that you kept them over there. But now it seems to be the main show, the headliner. as one would call it, not the opening act, but like the actual headliner.
Yeah.
And that, I think that that's the issue, and so that's one thing that they brought up. And I think that the issue with this, and we talk about this all the time, and I think that we need to yell it at this point, is doing so much damage. Because and the reason in this conversation I had with him opened my eyes to, while we know that there are more Black people in the world, we can sit here and be like, well, my aunt doesn't act that way. My uncle doesn't act that way. My friends don't act that way. You have to look at it as this is the relationship that people who have never met African Americans, this is the only relationship that they have with African American people.
Mm-hmm.
This is all they have.
Yeah.
And so this all they have. This is how they see us.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
that
an issue.
and that's why I always say when I'm speaking to people and they be like, well, that's not real life, that's social media. It's like, no, that is real life.
Real life.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Take your head out your ass and realize that this is real life, because just as you stated, there's people that'll probably never see a Black person, and this is the only images of them that they'll get. And then you also have a demographic of people that's going to follow those things that's being said and regurgitated over and over. And now we create a even bigger problem, because now we have lost people and delusional people thinking that, oh, this isn't real, this is social media. It's like, no, this is real life.
Yeah,
So
that's why when we have these conversations and everybody's like, that's not the majority, that's the minority. The problem is that there's going to be intersectionality, there's going to be overlap, and then the thing is your image is your image. So if they never met it before in real life, they're judging who you are based upon somebody else's presentation. So then when you try to be like, oh no, we're not like that. I mean, you sure? Because I haven't seen it enough times over the years to show me that this is typically how y'all act and how you carry yourself around. So it's just like, that's the reason why when we have these conversations of like, how to talk to each other, how to challenge or hold each other accountable, or try to uh bring some sort of conclusion or result that's going to be positive, like that's the reason why it seems like it can be so contentious, because I'm like, we're too far gone to be nice at this point. But
Man,
I
come on,
also
bro.
understand that,
Come on,
like,
bro.
if people don't want to listen to you because you come off too harsh, I mean, you lose people that way. I just say, hey, listen, some things work for other people, and they're gonna go the harsh route, and some people gonna go the easy route. Pick one.
mistaken.
I was gonna say, I just don't think it's limited to women. I think we're a part of our own demise in this, even though we know that it's not the majority of Black people. I think the majority are not speaking loud enough to censor the minority, right? So I think part of that, we are part of the problem too. We have a tendency to want to separate ourselves and be like, that ain't me. So let them stay over there. Whereas it gives more room and opportunity for their voices to be heard even louder. And it's not like just the women, it's even the men in that music as well, like certain rapping about how they you know banging at all of the women, or they are gonna shoot up the club or whoever. I think shoot up the club is the wrong word, but y'all know what I mean. Like this kind of pushing this idea of violence, or pushing this idea of how cool it is to live in a hood. You know what I'm saying? When vast majority of people who are in a hood want to get out. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to make a lot of these negative things sound good, right? But is promoting a different image, like you said, when you have minimal interaction with these people, right? And so we're doing ourselves a disservice by not speaking loud enough to try to curtail a lot of this. Like, we don't boycott, we don't, write or like our, senators, or you know what I'm saying, we just are not involved. We're just really in our own little circle doing our own thing. And so until we get more involved, it's gonna stay like this, which sucks, because for those of us who are not being like that, we're lumped in together and get treated initially the same, way, in terms of the expectation that is that other people have.